Hello and welcome to the session on socialization in the sociology of education. Introduction to socialization and education. The previous two units of sociology of education introduced us to the basic ideas and concepts of sociology and education. This unit will let us understand a particular concept in the sociology of education called socialization. So, what is socialization? Socialization can be described as a term that depicts the processes taking place between human beings and society. In other words, it is one of the main concepts of sociology of education. It finds relevance in sociology, educational theories and social psychology. Socialization refers to the procedure of understanding, accepting, learning and inheriting the traditions, conventions, practice, beliefs and principles of a society and culture. A culture of society is based on a number of factors such as shared ideas, values, conventions, traditions, rituals, beliefs, social values. Socialization also enables an individual to acquire the qualities and habits that makes it possible for him to get involved and partake in the society. Socialization helps a person to make a place for himself in the society by adapting, accepting and inheriting the core value of the society. In short, it can be said that socialization is a process that helps society and culture to exist. Socialization does not guarantee to bring about a desirable effect on the individual. It cannot be said for sure that the process of socialization will have an equal impact on every individual of the society and will result in the same outcome. In fact, there are several socio-political theories that suggest that socialization does not provide complete explanation regarding how human beings conduct themselves in society. The individuals in a society are not impacted by socialization alone. There are a number of psychological and sociological factors that influence them. Several studies have proved that the growth of an individual is influenced by a varied set of factors such as genes, biology, capabilities to learn, etc. A number of such factors play a strong role in constructing the behavior of an individual. It has been determined by scientific research that both social influences and biological makeup of an individual impacts his development. Studies related to genetics have revealed that the behavioral outcomes of an individual is the result of the interaction of an individual's environment with their genotype. The linguistic theory of generative grammar exhibits that even the capacity to learn is also influenced by several factors during the lifetime of a human being. Socialization provides the skills necessary to be acquired by a child in order to be accepted as a part of the society. Socialization is considered as the most influential process of learning. Sociology indicates that culture exists at two levels. Culture can be seen in the practices, norms and behaviors of complete social groups. Culture can be seen in its fundamental form at the individual level. Culture requires both these levels for its existence in society. Culture manifests as individual expression after an individual is socialized by several members of the society such as its parents, family, friends and extended social networks. Socialization is a means to learn and teach. What are the categories and functions of socialization? Socialization has always interested philosophers. Plato, Montaigne, Rousseau and several other philosophers have explained the process of socialization in their own ways. In simple terms, it was described as the means to make one fit for living in the society. The credit for popularizing the concept of socialization goes to George Simmel. It was due to him that socialization was incorporated into various branches of psychology and anthropology. Based on the major theories on the concept, socialization is categorized into 6 types. They are primary socialization, secondary socialization, developmental socialization, anticipatory socialization, re-socialization and organizational socialization. Primary socialization. A child learns the attitudes, values and actions appropriate to individuals as members of a particular culture. In the beginning, it happens through the interactions in the family and extended family and community. For example, the behavior and opinions of the parents have an impact on the child. When a child sees a particular behavior and opinions of his or her parents and the members of the society, the child thinks this behavior is acceptable. This leads to the child learning that particular habit, behavior or opinion. This process is called primary socialization. Secondary socialization. Secondary socialization is the process of learning what an appropriate behavior is as a member of a smaller group within the larger society. It is usually associated with teenagers and adults. Anticipatory socialization. This refers to the processes of socialization in which a person prepares himself or herself for future positions, occupations and social relationships. Developmental socialization. This is the process of learning behavior in a social institution or developing your social skills. Re-socialization. In his or her lifetime, a person learns and unlearns behaviors and values constantly. Re-socialization is the process of discarding former behavior patterns and accepting new ones as part of a transition in one's life. Re-socialization can be an intense experience because it involves breaking away from past beliefs and experiences. Also, he or she learns radically different norms and values. This is a significant part of any individual's life. Organizational socialization. Human beings learn the knowledge and skills necessary to assume his or her organizational role. This is known as organizational socialization. They learn about the organization and its history, values, jargon, culture and procedures. They also learn about their work group, the specific people they work with on a daily basis, their own role in the organization, the skills needed to do their job and formal procedures and informal norms. What are the functions of socialization? Socialization can be seen as a control system in society. Individuals learn to internalize and obey social and cultural values and practices. Human infants are born without any culture. The job to transform them rests on their parents, teachers and others. Through constant processes, they are transformed into cultural and socially adept animals. The main functions of socialization are: socialization teaches the language of the culture we are born into as well as the roles we are to play in life. Socialization teaches the occupational roles we are meant to do in our lives. We also learn and usually adapt our culture's norms through the socialization process. The notions of appropriate expected behavior that are held by most members of the society is known as norms. A cultural norm is an established standard of what a group expects in terms of thought and conduct. These expectations and desirable behaviors often vary from one culture to the next. They are also in different forms like the values, folkways and morals. In every society, there is reinforcement of morals. Anything that is contrary to the moral like murder and robbery are met with punishment. This helps the members of the society to learn and respect laws. Socialization refers to the general process of acquiring culture, but anthropologists use the term enculturation for the process of being socialized to a particular culture. Personality formation is dependent on socialization. Much of human personality is the result of our genes, but the socialization process helps to mold it in particular ways by encouraging specific beliefs and attitudes. This helps the smooth functioning of a culture. For instance, the Semite tribesmen of the central Malay Peninsula of Malaysia typically are gentle people who do not like violent, aggressive individuals. On the other hand, the Yanomamo Indians of Venezuela and Brazil usually train their boys to be tough and aggressive. Likewise, Shiite Muslim men of Iran are expected at times to publicly express their religious faith through self-inflicted pain. Uniformity within a society is achieved through successful socialization. If all children receive the same socialization, they will share the same beliefs and expectations. This is one reason why national governments try to standardize education and make it compulsory for all children. They choose what things will be taught and how they are taught. This can be seen as a powerful political tool for controlling people. This is an extremely strong tool to mold people into law-abiding citizens too. Through socialization, governments stop people from breaking the laws or wanting radical social changes. However, in societies there are individuals who do not conform to culturally defined standards. Sociologists argue that such exceptions happen because they have not internalized the norms of society. The human child has a remarkable capacity to imitate others to develop according to the tenets of environment. As a social animal, he or she tries to win the appreciation of the group in which he or she lives. As a result, he or she naturally tries to imitate the culture of the group. It is socialization that gives him or her a balanced personality. The social aspect of the personality is no less important than the individual aspect. Socialization teaches him or her to retain control over him or her in the interest of others. Prime concepts of socialization. A society is driven by its members. As such, the behavioral aspects of the society have to be inherited by its members. In ancient societies, the spread of culture was one of the important aspects of education. It laid stress on the matter of providing children primary education in the family even without going to school. A child generally starts attending school at the age of 5 or 6 years. A family gets enough time to transmit a good amount of education to the child. As such, a large part of the culture also gets transmitted to the child by this age. Schools are a big influence in the life of a child. A school provides a child the necessary lessons in moral upbringing and shares the role that a family plays at home. However, the values taught by a school may be contrary to what the child is being taught at home. For instance, a school may insist on speaking truth always, but at home a child may get away with small lies due to its young age and the minor nature of the matter. The main concepts and notions in socialization are as follows. Ideal and real culture. Ideal culture consists of officially approved behavioral patterns. Real culture consists of what people actually do in their day-to-day practices without due consideration to their official status. Subculture. A subculture is a group smaller than a society. It is related to the larger culture in the sense that it accepts many of its norms. But the subculture is also distinguishable because it has some norms of its own. Cultural relativity. It is impossible to understand behavior patterns of other groups if we analyze them only in terms of our motives and values. A trait which may be disruptive in one society may be vital to the stability of another. Cultural shock. When an individual is exposed to an alien cultural environment and among people who do not share his fundamental belief, it is called a cultural shock. Cultural change. Cultural change occurs whenever new traits and trait complexes like traditions, values and customs emerge. They replace the old ones in content and structure. Although resistance to change is most evident when changes occur, but it is inevitable. Cultural lag. When the non-material element of culture like norms, values and beliefs attempt to keep pace with changes in the material element of culture like technology, then cultural lag has occurred. Acculturation. The context between one culture and another to change the existing traits is referred to as acculturation. Enculturation. This is a process by which people become part of the native culture. This is done through the internalization of the morals, laws and folkways of such culture to become part and parcel of it. What are the means of socialization? The existence of a society is dependent on how to uphold the level of uniformity among its members. Socialization maintains and strengthens this uniformity or homogeneity in society by transmitting to a child the major similarities that are demanded by social life. The transmitting of the major and necessary life ingredients is carried out mostly by family, school, religious houses, that is church, mosque, temples, mass media, market, peer group, etc. There are 5 main means of socialization. They are family, school, mosque, church or temple, peer group or market and mass media. The family. The family is a small social group with the responsibility of giving the offspring a qualitative and decent pattern of living. The family is expected to satisfy reproduction needs, economic needs, feeding, clothing, shelter, medical provision and so on. Family transmits the cultural values and norms to the young generation and helps them to be fully integrated into the society. The family is the foundation of socialization because family is the first contact of the child. Children learn basic social values, desirable character traits and norms from the family. The home assists in laying the foundation for personality and character development of a child. The success or failure of an individual depends on the type of social takeoff given by the family. Through family, the child is trained in language, positive character traits, fundamental intellectual knowledge and vocational skills. These skills are acquired through the initiation of the adult members of the family like father, mother and other siblings at home. These people are expected to be role models and the younger generation look up to them as examples for a moral standard. The child's mind is very flexible and susceptible to any influence. The parent's love for the child makes a deep impression on him. The cordial relationship between both parents has significant influence on the personality development of the child. Parents need to ensure that they display high level of moral maturity so that they become examples to their offspring. The school. The school is another important agent of socialization. After the home, the child is exposed to the school which also influences him. It socializes the child, gives him the opportunity to manifest his qualities, potentialities and capabilities and instincts. The school helps and motivates the child to develop his personality. For the child, the teacher's personality and character provide model to copy. Every little action, every movement, speech made by the teacher impresses itself on the child's mind. Apart from the teacher, the child is also influenced by his schoolmates or groups. These mates or groups play a significant role in determining the role the child will occupy in society later in life. During the process of education, the child's personality develops under the impact of the other personalities with whom he comes in contact. The cultural programs of the school also help to refine his attitudes. The school is also expected to transmit knowledge and skills into the learners to be able to face life challenges. The peer group. The peer group is the child's own friends and equals with similar drives, motives and interests. The social world of the child has its own mode of interaction, values and acceptable forms of behavior. Many of these adults cannot understand. Peer groups take shape early in the child's life. There are different kinds of peer groups in a child's life. In the earlier years, these peer groups are relatively informal and transitory. They are adapted quickly to changing circumstances in the child's situation. Examples of peer groups are playgroups, namely siblings, neighbors' children, schoolmates in the early years. In the later years, however, they become more formally organized groups like clubs, societies, character building agencies like Boy Scouts, Girls Guides and so on. In short, peer groups are social groups that influence the behavior of their members. Brothers, sisters and people in the community are sources of an informal education of the child. People who share the same religious beliefs will also hold the same attitudes and opinions and will behave in the same way. Thus, religious institutions help in the socialization process of its members. The religious leaders are expected to demonstrate a high level of morality to serve as role models to their followers. Religious institutions like churches, temples, mosques play an important role in education and socialization. Children meet people of same religious values and worldviews. They help the child to mentally and emotionally grow. Mass media. The mass media as an agent of socialization have their own technical characteristics. There are two major types, namely of mass media: print media and electronic media. The print is in the group of newspapers, magazines, periodicals, text, billboards and so on. The electronics media are the radio, television, video, projectors and so forth. These form avenues for socialization. Different types of messages are passed through mass media. Children need to be guided in the usage of their leisure hours to discourage cultivation and learning of negative ideas. The nuclear family, extended family and school help the child in order to become acceptable member of the society. The socialization of the child is done through the family, school, peer group, religious houses and mass media to intimate the child with the happenings in his environment. Let us summarize the session. The unit has focused on the meaning of socialization, the categories and prime concepts of socialization and the means of socialization. The unit stressed on the need to bring up a child surrounded by the values and culture of its environment. The child must be introduced to the needs, objectives and beliefs of the environment where it is being brought up. This will enable a child to keenly partake in the social processes of the environments. The fundamental knowledge and abilities needed to earn a living in a modern society is provided by the education system. Literacy stands out as an essential skill in this respect. Schools can also focus on vocational education in order to guide the child to find a suitable job. Now, you can try to answer the following questions. Explain what you understand by the term primary socialization. What is peer group and how does it help a child in the process of socialization? What is organizational socialization? Explain the terms cultural relativity, cultural shock, cultural change and cultural lag. What is re-socialization and what is the importance of it? Now, you may go through the reference books for further reading. A Dictionary of Sociology edited by Gordon Marshall and published by Oxford University Press in the year 1998. Foundations of Education written by Srinivas Bhattacharya and published by Atlantic Publishers and Distributors, New Delhi in 2006. Thank you for watching this program. We can meet again with another topic. Have a nice day.